So how
I
long
want
is the
expo.
podcast like generally?
I do 1 hour. There's some people do 2 hours. Yeah.
Really?
But here's the funny thing: you won't even realize like on the
that
2 hours.
time
Yeah, yeah. Because I know like on TV you have cues of like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here we go. So might be having. What do you want to have first of all before we even? What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Kiss Capids podcast. Today I have a very lovely guest. I have so much respect for her because
Oh.
she's left a very big blueprint, or she still is leaving a very big blueprint for a lot of young girls who are trying to get in her industry. And I'll just let her introduce herself because I don't want to give her not give her enough credit. So let her just introduce herself and see like what she does, and then I'll take it off from there.
Okie dokie. Hey guys, this is Victoria Rubadiri. Really excited to be here. A bit nervous because I'm always on the other side of this, asking the questions. So I am a journalist, news anchor at Citizen TV. I anchor the weekend broadcasts, and I'm a mom. I'm a youth mentor. It's interesting you mentioned blueprint. I'm thinking, ooh, that's way too big. That's way too big.
You are.
I feel like I'm just doing life and doing a career. And if someone is inspired along the way, wonderful.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I never set out to do this or get into this industry really to be a role model or an example at all, because I feel like I'm just getting started.
What?
Yes. And because I compare myself to other individuals who have gone well before me and have done amazing work in this industry globally, and I feel like I'm not even at 0.0000001% of where they're at. But it's okay.
That's so funny because like a lot of people, I'm just guessing, like, maybe if you imagine like girls who are in campus or just even like just young people who like watch you every single day on the news, they wouldn't expect you to say something like that because they're like, yo, she has an amazing career, we see her every day, and if I was to get a job, I'd want to have a job like hers.
I mean, it's really encouraging to hear that, and it really ramps up the pressure on me because I'm thinking, whew, okay. But I still feel like I need to do more. It's funny because today in the gym, a young lady just comes up in the locker room and she's like, hey, my name is so-and-so, and I'm really inspired by you. I just need advice. Like, it was just,
there you go.
I was bombarded. I'm like,
and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I really just kind of gave her what I felt would be of help to her, but I'm like, but why? Why me?
I'll tell you why. Because if you think about it, like right now, it's not like how it used to be probably like 10, 15 years ago. Like, once you finish campus, it's a guarantee you having like a job. Now you can have like all the skills and everything, but still everybody's just complaining about the job market. And for journalists, it's even getting harder because more graduates are coming out like USIU, Daystar, we have all these multimedia universities and stuff, and it just seems like there's no like just place for all of them.
They can't be absorbed. The industry, as much as we have, quite a number of stations and networks out there, it's still very small. Even in terms of the reporters out there, the people who consider themselves names and brands, it's still quite small because you have the same faces, more or less, who are out there. And so you have a lot of young people who are frustrated, you're right, thinking, where do I fit? Where do I even get started? And funny, and this is what I was telling the other young lady this morning, is you're finding digital is opening up a lot of opportunities outside of mainstream that can be a good starting point to eventually get you into mainstream. And we've seen people do that even in the local space, who have started a blog and from there been very consistent. And they catch the eye of some mainstream radio station or TV station, and next thing you know, bam, they're there because of their commitment to something that was their own in terms of a creative project or something
and
like
that's
that.
very interesting because the next question would be Do you think personal branding is more important right now? Because, like, let's say if you're on TV, it just means if you have already like that social media following, that it kind of guarantees slightly more viewership than what the station is used to, because you have a following already,
right?
And digital already has been snatching like away viewership from like the usual TV that if you were to compare like 10 years ago, definitely it's grabbed quite a few people from telly to actually now go to YouTube, because you have like this personal relationship with this person and you just prefer like to hear them talk about something, or even if it's a commentary.
Absolutely. I feel digital
is it important?
It's very important. It's disrupted how we view being on TV, how we view being a media personality, because it's social media is like the great equalizer, where everyone and anyone can come on regardless of your background, and you have a voice. You can be a media house on your own. And because of that new dynamic, you're finding a lot of people in mainstream thinking, oh, you know what? I can't be up here. I'm no longer up here. I have to now kind of open up a bit more of my life, who I am, in this space, which is a bit vulnerable, but people like it. It's endearing.
Brings more connection.
It brings more connection, and they feel, oh, I want to know who you are outside of, you're not that robot who's reading off of a teleprompter. What are your thoughts and ideas on life, on society, and just different things that are happening in the world around us? And so you're finding more and more people wanting to get into that space, not like go too much of mainstream, but at least get their feet wet in the digital space and see, okay, so where is this going to take me? And personal branding is extremely important, because again, it's you. Yes, the station gives you the job and gives you a platform, but people are watching you. If you're hosting a show or doing an interview or anything else. So they want to connect with the person, not the persona. Find.
And I guess even if worst case scenario, if you have to move to a different station, it gives you like more leverage when you're moving to the new place. Like, I'm bringing my audience to you guys. Like, is that always like a bargaining, or not really at this point?
Not really, but I mean it's unspoken, I would say it that way. Because when they do bring you on board, it's with that expectation that you'd bring along a lot of the viewers who used to watch content that you had on another station or another platform. And that's a plus for them. So, and that reflects in the numbers, because they'll find, okay, when we have so-and-so on this slot,
we can
really see that it's really benefiting us. So they look at it that way, and digital makes a huge difference when it comes to furthering that brand.
Okay, now just let's just backpedal a bit, and like, did you study this, or is it something that you actually like just did something online and actually caught people's attention? Like, is that something that you did, or because I don't know the history, but because there's so many ways that people now get into media. So is it something that you went to school and studied?
It's something that I did study, yes.
In Kenya or
abroad? I went to Temple University in Philadelphia. And I did broadcast journalism there.
Wait, did you grow up in Kenya?
I grew up in Kenya up until I was 10. And then moved to the US and spent a good 14 years there.
Oh, wow.
And then came back.
But do you think it's like an advantage when you come back? Because, like everything there is so complex, and then there are systems that are in place and everything. And if it's digital or just broadcast in general, like they're way ahead of us. Or how would you say it is? Because, you've had that experience.
I feel, yes, they are. It's a lot pacier, structured, like you said. And so as a result, things move very quickly, and you can almost lose yourself in it, because you're wondering, okay, how do I even get my name out there? It was very, very competitive.
It was crazy.
I mean, the people I was graduating with, I'm thinking, what? And then I graduated at the height of the recession, so the job market was terrible. And that's also what informed my decision to come back home. And just look at the media market here and see what opportunities existed. Granted, it's very different. It moves a lot slower. The news cycle is not a 24-hour news cycle here as it is in the US, so the pressure is not as much. But
so you definitely land here and you're just comfortable. You're like, okay.
Not really.
Not really, but I'm just saying, like, it's a relief if you think about it, like the way you're just describing the people you graduated with. It's like, am I really supposed to be doing this?
Yes. And that's that's on the work side, but I feel the challenge here is now the kind of content that you're covering makes it a bit of a challenge. Culturally, politics is very, very different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nuances that you have to kind of be awakened to when covering just what's happening in Kenya.
Yeah.
And Africa at large, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where the challenge comes in, really understanding people here. And then now reporting and covering issues that matter to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do you think, like, what kind of student were you? Because, you just talked about, like, the people you graduated with.
Yeah.
What kind of student were you, like, when you're in college? Were you like a bookworm? Were you like a party animal? Because, like, a lot of people have, like,
yeah,
those stories that shape them to who they are, like, even currently.
Yeah.
So what kind of student were you?
I'll tell you what kind of student I was.
Please do.
I had a pivotal experience in my first year of university. I became a mom.
Oh.
And because of that experience, I had one of two choices. You can continue down that path that got you pregnant and drop out of school and not have a degree and not have a future, or you can focus, and I mean really focus. So when I came into my second year of university, actually after I had her, I was on a laser focus mode with my studies. I made the dean's list after I had her. Like, my grades really improved after I had her because I realized...
I think you started taking life more seriously, like now.
I figured out what I was here for. It was not for the parties and the friends. It was to actually get something that would get that degree that would forward me in life. And so once I realized that, I said, I have no time for anything else. So I was super, super focused. And that helped me even in terms of the kinds of stories I'd go cover, how I'd cover them. And, my professors were really impressed in just how I would tackle even creatively in my stories. My colleagues as well, we'd have classes where, when it's time, you've done your project, if it's radio or TV, and you sit and critique and watch everything, and you're like, oh, wow. But it was a good process. And it was great to kind of have a classmate take you aside and say, that was actually really good. That was really good. Yeah. It encouraged you to kind of keep going and gave you that sense of peace that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Sense of purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's why I ask that because, like I was saying, like, the things that shape who we are, like right now. And even now I'm guessing, like, just the way you've said, when you're covering certain things, like, there's so many things that come to play apart from how somebody else who's just in a different position and situation, like, just would handle it. Yeah. So just for that happened on your first year when you got the kid?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there something, so you basically were not prepared?
No.
You didn't know anything about motherhood?
Absolutely nothing.
But how do you handle that? Were you staying with your folks?
Yes.
They stay in the States?
They stayed in the States. So this is the thing. I stayed in a different state than where I went to school. So I would have to commute. So we stayed in New Jersey, and I would have to commute an hour and a half by train to Philadelphia.
Every day?
Every day. Do my classes, come back, study, try to breastfeed my daughter, but I was so stressed I couldn't even do that. Wake up super early in the morning again, do it all over. So I think for me, when I saw how much I had to put in just to lead a normal life at 18, 19, I said, I can't.
This was at 18?
Yes. Wow. I said, I cannot make this my reality moving forward. Like when I'm 30, this cannot be me. Let me struggle now.
Now, so that,
because I'm not going to struggle later on in life.
Yeah.
When I have less energy.
And I'm sure, like, right now, you're like, I'm glad, like, I actually even, like, maybe had my baby at this age, because now...
Well, yeah,
does it make sense?
She's a teenager now. And
wait, what? How old?
14 years.
Oh,
I know.
She's 14
People look
years.
at me and her and they're thinking, that's your sister.
No, that's
There's
insane.
no way that's your child. Yeah.
Is she at that stage where now she doesn't like mommy anymore? She's trying to be a rebel?
She adores me. She adores me.
Hey, that's what they all parents say. And then it's like, oh, what happened? It just gets to that stage. And
I mean, she's forming her own ideas of the world and her interests. She's super, super talented. And I admire her. And I'm wondering, who are you at times?
Yeah.
She's into the arts, music, acting. She's really good at that.
That's
Sports
amazing.
as well. So I've kind of allowed her to follow those passions and just see where they take her.
Yeah.
She loves books. She loves to read.
Because at this day and age, you have to be open-minded to, because I don't think there's an exact formula like there used to be, like back in the day. And now just things are just constantly changing like super fast. Now, when that happened, like, were your parents supportive, or did you have to do like extra jobs to make ends meet? Because now you have like something extra, and I know how in the States people do like crazy 6 or 7 jobs because you can actually do all.
Exactly. They were a great support to me.
Yeah.
Amazing. I got to at least stay home and not pay rent because I was there.
Didn't I love that?
I know, right? and my mom was so instrumental in really also helping raise my daughter as well. So even while I was in school, yes, I would be there every single day, but my mom would be there most of the day and make sure that she got what she needed. And that's a huge reason as to why my daughter is who she is today and now.
Because I think she was taking care of 2 kids, because she's like, you're still
one,
almost like the same age. This one's just slightly older,
exactly.
but I'll just do it.
So my mom, my dad, they were just absolutely amazing. Of course, yes, I had to do some odd jobs, sell makeup.
What kind of jobs did like Victoria do? I want to know. This is what people want to know. Like, connect with you. Makeup consultant.
Yeah, and so I would sell makeup and skincare to people.
Really?
I would do that whole very awkward thing of, hi, my name's Victoria. Would you be interested in such and such? It's our new product. Like, that was me.
Yeah.
And I'm an introvert. So you can imagine.
So now you actually have to come out of your element, force yourself to do something.
But I had to pay some bills, so
I have to do it.
I had to do it. I was a church secretary at one point. I wrote press releases for a budding PR firm. I wrote articles for an online magazine. Like, whatever I could get my hands on, I worked. But this was in high school.
Yeah.
At it was like a mailing company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that as well.
But you see, all these things shape you to who you actually are right now, and you're super appreciative even once you get like a certain opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, like, I don't know if you've noticed this, because like in Kenya, the whole system is slightly different. By the time somebody starts working, they're probably like 25.
Exactly.
They're getting a job.
Yeah.
But in the States, like 16, you already start doing like your pizza deliveries, all these sales and everything.
Right.
By the time you get to 20, 21, like you're a whole adult.
Exactly.
In Kenya, I mean,
it develops a really good work ethic.
Yep.
In someone when you're that young and having to learn how to manage money. Of course, you're tempted to go buy things that sneakers and to do the latest whatever.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, wait, this money comes in, it goes out. How am I spending it? How can I even save? And you find a lot of young people in the States would save towards a car, or some way more responsible ones would save towards their college education.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Or of course, just being extra income for their household as well. But yes, a majority of them are just looking to just buy
new
what's
tech,
out there.
Apple products and
like,
everything.
I earned it. I worked for this money.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, now